Hey Helva, how are you doing today? Hey Ben. I do. I just still have the PlayStation 4 version. I haven't upgraded to the PS5 version yet. I'm not sure if I will, because I'm not sure if I'll play the Horde mode. That's that's good that you're doing well. What version do you have? I didn't see. I just saw that you had the game. So you have the one with the Horde mode. I haven't played that one yet. Now I can see. Yeah, it's such a chill game. I wish they played the music more often, but I guess for long trips you probably get sick of it. I guess we'll just go here. Want to cross some water. Um, Let me adjust my seat. I usually do that whenever I get into a new vehicle I'm about to drive as well. I'm sure the person after me probably gets aggravated. It's a psychological thing, but the camera's too far back. I feel like I have less control of the plane. Most essential time to like be looking at the road. You guys always tell me to prematurely lift off and end up crashing. I'll wait a little bit. I sure hope so. Maybe it's in this armrest. No, even more controls. I like how they let you mess with all the buttons and all the compartments and stuff. Let's give ourselves a tour of our own plane. See what we got back here. And if we were a gremlin, we'd be hanging out there on the wing. Well, there are no litter bins. I guess you can put your trash in this little compartment right here. Once I had a bag of chips and I brought on yeah, I'm sure. One time I had a bag of chips on the plane, I put it under the seat, and when it was taking off because the air pressure changed, the bag popped and it scared me. I didn't know what it was at first. Plane was just taking off and I just hear pow. Oh, let me adjust the flaps. And landing gear. Alright, we're official now. This is probably going to be mostly farmland beside the main cities. I was gonna start at Ho Chi Minh City, but that's like a nice little coastal city with water around it. But I figure I'd do something a little bit different this time. Seems like a cool area to fly over. Casting a very sharp shadow on the terrain. Look at this little area. It's like a little lagoon. I wonder what this area is. Oh, the curiosities of the world. Next on Ancient Aliens. Wow, this land's kind of crazy how they did it. It almost looks like tile work. I wonder if these wind turbines actually exist in this area, or they just populated them with them to make the area more interesting. No, it looks like it's actually casting the shadow of the real one. It's kind of an optical illusion because it took the picture like from one perspective, so it's not 3D. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how it looks real sometimes. Kind of messes with you a little bit. I thought they were populating with the wind turbine, but if you look, it's casting a shadow of a photograph of the wind turbine. That's cool how I knew to add one. Oh, let me start time again. Yeah, because it looks so real, it's really interesting for me to fly over some of these lesser known areas. Kind of learning to fly and discovering cool stuff at the same time. The only thing we're missing is a trash bin. I like how the sound's different in the cockpit. Autopilot has to be a thing in this plane. It's so relaxing. I could just picture like the pilot dozing off. I guess that's why we have you that's eerily staring at me. Huh. Suddenly the soil's become more grassy. Adjust the trim so it goes up a little bit. In a plane, all the problems of life seem so small. You got some nice blue water going on. Here the water's like almost brown with all the soil mixed in with it. Can't believe they let me pilot something so expensive. I wouldn't trust me with the power wheels. There's a little island out there. Wonder if anybody's bought it yet. All right, we have some boats phasing into existence. That's pretty exciting. Straight from the Bermuda Triangle. Suddenly like a UFO and I'm playing from like the early like 20s appears with a blimp. I guess this is our stop. Hopefully I remember how to land this thing. Luckily this thing's so heavy it slows down fairly quickly. But you kind of have to counter that with the engine because it'll drop real heavy too. Slow down a bit. You want to start getting into the double digits a little bit. Alright, let's wait till we turn, to be honest. I'm an impatient man. I'm gonna rush this a bit. What you shouldn't do in real life. Somebody probably went around and painstakingly took photographs of the interior and exterior, all this like aircraft. It's crazy. I can at least understand why the planes are like pretty pricey. Like purchase for DLC versus like a character in a game. Also, they probably have to license a lot of it too. Alright, let's adjust the trim so it starts going up. It'll gradually slow the plane down. It sits down to double digits so we can lower the flaps a bit so we can hover a bit more. A slower speed. Take the landing gear out. Good, it's out. Alright, just stay within this range and we should be okay. Should be is the key word here. Need to get some more certification so I can do more missions. I would love to try one of those firefighting missions or being like an ambulance helicopter. Or a medical helicopter, I don't know what they call it. I'm only working at 50% brain capacity, streaming and piloting. Alright, we're gonna slow this down. I didn't expect it to jerk back like that though. Oh, this plane really wants to drop. Can see why this one has two engines. Let me see all of what you wrote. I cut it off. Oh, yeah, it's definitely a relaxing game. I feel like I've watched flight sim videos before to go to bed. Like they'll have real pilots, like I guess in between like their jobs playing like flight sim, and they'll do super long flights riding Airbuses. It's kind of cool and relaxing, easy to fall asleep to. They have like those crazy setups with like all the real equipment or real simulated equipment. It's kind of terrifying. I think we can get away with 70 with this plane. Yep. We made it. We made it. I'm gonna get out of the plane and kiss the ground. Actually, the dual engine planes, I feel like sometimes are more forgiving. They probably have like more suspension in their landing gear. Now, let me lower the flaps there so we don't accidentally take off. Though we're not going very fast. I don't really see that happening. Nice mountain view. This is a diamond, right? Let me slow down a little bit. Yeah, the diamond aircraft seems to be fairly decent to fly. I'm starting to learn the models a little bit. Zoe is watching this, oddly enough. No one know who Zoe is. That's my cat. Maybe she likes the arrows. I have a little footrest in front of the couch. She's just sitting on it watching the TV. All right, let's just pretend we found a parking space. Where should we go next? Maybe do a mission. Have them pick for me. Or at least limit our options. Free flight career. We have to play as this douchey guy I created because there's only limited options. Kind of like the Forza Horizon games. Need for Speed, I never can really create a non-douchey looking character either. One second, let me drink my lukewarm coffee. Okay, let's find somewhere interesting. It's a 30-minute flight that looks like it almost goes over nothing. Well, there's quite a few buildings. Let's do that. I think there'd be more flights over here. This looks like some interesting stuff to fly over. Even though it kind of looks like parasite worms. Anyway, 30 minutes. That sounds good. What plane will they give us? Still blows my mind that this game streams all this data and you can stream at the same time. And the PS5's bandwidth is kind of limited as far as internet goes. Yeah, I don't trust the amount of fuel they give me. This should be good. Characters like, it's just you and me. You ever think about like scrubbing around that at any point? I open the oil cover because I can. That's cool. You actually can look at the little dipstick. Man, I hate to accidentally open that door. Or this one, to be honest. All right, what did I forget? The chocks? I probably did. Yep. Come on. We good now? Yeah. All right, let me adjust the seat. Nice boxy plane.
Ready for boarding, Donnie. Okay, on their way.
I hope this isn't a talkative bunch.
So, Captain, Tomater, all the best.
They look like they have so much personality.
For today's scenic flight, you're guiding Sophie and one of her colleagues over our charming local town of St. Petersburg. Seatbelt fastened.
All right, Sophie and one of her colleagues. Let's do this.
St. Petersburg round. Max 09 Foxtrot Delta Lima 2210. Request taxi for departure to the west.
Max 09 Foxtrot Delta Lima 2210. Taxi to and hold short of runway.
Let's have a proper runway this time.
Contact tower on 127.4 when ready.
All right, let's turn off the emergency brake and let's get going. All right, that might not be fast enough. Forgot to adjust the exterior camera, but we can take care of that later. They're gonna dock points off from that. I don't care. Really, I should be flying my plane to be making money.
I'll tell you straight up.
I just don't feel confident in my landing.
Captain, I'm Sophie, by the way. Nice to meet you. I'm Emma. I'm hanging
At least when I'm employed, I don't have to cover all the repairs. Alright, let's try to communicate with the radio this time. Be cool if they had jetpacks in this game like pilot wings.
St. Petersburg Tower, Max 09 Foxtrot Delta Lima 2210 at runway 7 ready for departure. Departure to the west.
Max 09 Foxtrot Delta Lima.
Honestly, give credit partially to Pilot Wings for getting me into flight sims.
Cleared for takeoff runway 7.
Cleared for takeoff.
Almost took off without acknowledging them.
09 Foxtrot Delta Lima 2210.
So exciting. Okay, a bit nervous too, I won't lie to you.
Alright, this seems like enough room for this little plane. Well, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna rev this up with an e-brake on. So when we do take off, it's gonna just jolt forward. You're probably not supposed to do this in real life, but I'm doing it now. That way I don't have to wait for it to warm up. Alright, we should be able to take off now.
Only
Straighten
one
this
way
out.
by now. Me flying. Incredible.
Look, it's Atlantis. Alright, I'm gonna lower this. Also, while we're here, adjust the camera. The edge of what? Because it's just like a satellite imagery of the entire world. But no, it doesn't like restart you or anything unless you actually crash. Or do something that would like end in your plane's destruction, like for instance, turning too hard at like full force. With like career mode, they just like dock reputation points off and pay you less money. The more money you get, your bigger your business grows, the more certifications you can take, but it's pretty lenient. Let me unfreeze this. Wonder if anybody uses the gyroscopic controls. These flight sticks look like they're made out of like sun-bleached brittle plastic. I imagine stuff like that in the aircraft is modular. Or at least I would hope so. So you can like replace them easy. I'm always surprised like how old some of the aircraft is that they still like use. Like you wouldn't do that with an automobile. I guess these are mostly rich people's suburbs, it looks like. You got a golf course down there. I like how they got like that faded line look on the horizon that we'd see in real life. Not a lot of games to get that look right.
Are you okay? Not too scared? Not at all. I'm too impressed to be scared.
Out of all things, we're just flying over a club. Skies and stripes. They haven't announced any new version, they just keep updating this one. Every once in a while they'll do like city updates and stuff like that. I almost think they're gonna try to treat this game like a suite for a while. Especially now that it's recently on PlayStation 5. But hopefully not anytime soon, because I don't know if modern hardware could handle a new version. I'm surprised this version runs on PS5. And I know my laptop couldn't play it. It struggles with the 2020 version sometimes. Like overheats it after a while. I could get like one flight done.
I feel like a real adventurer.
All of a sudden it'll like just start looking like a slideshow after that.
Professor, I promise I will not hum the iconic soundtrack that goes with it.
But they have like world updates, so they'll add like more landmarks and more detail and stuff as like they scan the area more. Because it uses like Microsoft satellite scanning system, like their version of Google Earth. So as that gets more advanced, so will the terrain and stuff in this game. I do hope they continue to make more of these, though. There's really not a lot of games like this on console.
That's a shame. We were flying too fast, so there was no time to see anything.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't paying attention to the speed.
It would be nice to have more time to enjoy things.
Man, why you gotta nag the whole time? Yeah, it really is. Like, I remember when I was still playing Microsoft Flight Simulator X or 10, there's like Google Earth. Google Earth had like a secret like airplane mode where you could like fly around like in either like a plane like this or like a fighter jet. And I always thought that would be cool for a flight simulator game. I'm glad they're finally incorporating something like that with it. And like as time goes on, and I'm sure as there's more versions, it'll increasingly get more detailed. It's just so cool that you can travel like anywhere you can think of. Granted, sometimes they don't have the models or anything, but I mean, they at least generally look like the area, even if they don't have like all the architecture and everything. Okay, where's the flight path I'm failing to see? Wow, I was way off.
Ava, you've gone silent. Everything all right? Just soaking it all in, you know. Totally.
If you ever driven through Florida, you can definitely tell this is Florida. Just random patches of water everywhere. I remember driving on the highway. There's so many loose oranges.
But I'm enjoying it too.
I think you're fined if you pick them, but what are they going to do? Let them rot? You know, people just get them off of the street. You never go hungry living there. As long as you don't like, as long as orange poisoning isn't possible, and maybe a vitamin C overdose.
I like the way you multitask, Captain.
Thank you.
Talking on the radio while flying the aircraft. It's impressive.
Yeah. Some people might pick the wrong ones. And they're like poisonous. And they're like Ralph on The Simpsons, who was eating like poisonous berries. Like, this one tastes like burning. We have blackberries here too. Sometimes you'll see people parked on the side of the road picking them. I love a blackberry cobbler. Although it's not that common. Usually people make peach here. Oh, she's gonna complain I'm going too fast. Let me slow down. Blackberry, the underappreciated berry. I would pick blackberries over raspberries any day of the week.
Last but not least, thanks for showing us that.
Oh, you're welcome. Anything for you. It should look like, never mind. Oh no, I thought the game froze. Got scared there. My heart just sank for a split second.
What a touristic tour. Get ready, here come some crazy photos.
Oh no, I better watch out. This is peak excitement right here. Yeah, those are definitely rich people neighborhoods. And the flight trajectory of this place. What is this mysterious place here? They definitely scanned this area.
And they still have photos for no one back home will believe me when I tell them what I saw.
Would they do this on the weekends? Nobody showed up for work. Yeah, I don't think that's procedurally generated. You're allowed to go faster, but let me slow down a little bit for it starts flashing red at me again. Can I raise this a bit? No, my head's already hitting the ceiling.
The view. It's incredible.
All right. Yeah, these little planes take a while to slow down. There we go. Now we gotta put the speed up a little bit so it doesn't fall out of the sky. Usually first it does like a really hard barrel roll and then falls out of the sky. And that's about to happen if I don't speed up a little bit. Alright, slow down. Or she starts yelling at me for going too fast and take her precious pictures. We don't want that to happen. Plus her breath smells like a turd in a sandwich bag. You don't want that air circulating in the cabin.
It's amazing how clear everything looks from up there. I feel like I can see forever.
Alright, let's let them know we're about to land. Wherever that is.
St. Petersburg Tower, Max 09 Foxtrot, Delta Lima, 2110, 6 miles north 1000 to land.
Max 09 Foxtrot, Delta Lima.
Alright, slow down.
St. Petersburg Tower. Altimeter 29092. Enter left downwind runway 7.
Kind of looks like swampland a little bit.
I'm feeling better now. I'm almost enjoying the ride.
Almost.
I can tell you're pushing past your nerves. That's awesome. Well done. This is so much more amazing than I expected. Nice to have your feet on the ground, but that doesn't prepare you for how breathtaking the view is from up here.
I'm sure they're going to want me to confirm that landing at that last bracket. When I need to have my hand on everything at the most crucial times, they want me to grab the radio. Alright, we need to slow down though. Just the trim zone. I have to hold back the whole time. These little planes don't have a lot of lift unless you go like full-fledged, like full throttle. That's why having an actual physical slider throttle would be so much helpful for like landing and stuff like that. Where you gradually need to increase and decrease stuff. And since it's a slider, you can kind of physically feel where it is versus having to look at it.
2210, wind calm. Clear to land runway 7.
Runway 7. Max 09 Foxtrot, Delta Lima 2210.
Alright, got the flaps up. That should help at least a little bit. You know, with these smaller planes, I gotta go fairly slow. It's scary and beautiful at the same time. Why does this kind of remind me of the neighborhood from the Poltergeist?
500.
Yeah, I know. Okay, let's lower the trim so we have more control. It's the wrong way, that's alright. We're adjusting it now. There we go, now we're in neutral. Get a little bit lower so we can touch sooner. Dip down and then hopefully pull up and slow down again. There we go.
Perfect landing.
All right. Come on, apply those brakes.
09 Foxtrot, Delta Lima 2210. Turn next taxiway.
Got it. Well, that makes up for me screwing up before with the radio. Hopefully I'll get most of my money. Helps that's actually a paved runway this time.
Max 09 Foxtrot, Delta Lima 2210. Contact ground on 121.8.
Going to 121.8. Max 09 Foxtrot, Delta Lima 2210. St.
Hey guys, welcome
ground.
So
Max
Sophie,
09
ready for another
Foxtrot,
round?
Delta Lima
Fantastic. Would
2210.
totally recommend it.
Request taxi.
Quite an experience. I recommend it.
Max 09 Foxtrot, Delta Lima 2210. Taxi to General Aviation.
Taxiing to General Aviation parking via Taxiway Bravo. Max 09 Foxtrot. Delta
All right,
Lima
come on.
2210.
Speed up a little bit. And away we go. Alright, I think we might be going too fast. We don't want the runway police after us. should get brave enough and fly my own plane somewhere. I might next mission, because I feel pretty confident with this landing. Watch, I'm going to regret it so bad. I'll try to do a short flight.
You turned your passengers into flight addicts, haven't you? Anyway, I can see
Guilty
that
as charged.
has turned into
It
excitement.
was all me.
Well done.
It's not S rank, but I can't complain with the A. And I got quite a bit of money. For that type of trip anyway. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. We're gonna go to missions this time. Once the menu loads, we're gonna go to freelancers. And we're gonna do some Fae flights. I guess this is where we're at currently. Alright, we'll do this one. A lot of money. Hopefully I can pull it off. Yeah, sure, we'll transfer it. Always make sure my plane always has fuel. It'll all get used eventually. Eventually I'll have a better plane, but right now, this is all I can afford and afford repairs on. I'm almost as large as the cockpit of the plane. What? It doesn't even say Faith Flights on my plane. What's that nonsense? I just paid to have this painted. It looks like it's already been used.
Donnie, I'm ready.
Okay, on their way.
Only enough for one more passenger. Looks like this plane's mostly made out of fiberglass.
Hey, Captain. Looks like a good day for sightseeing. Today, you're flying with Jennifer for an Altamar Discovery Tour. I think it's her birthday gift. What a great idea. Seatbelt
You look
fastened,
super
then you're all
cheerful.
set. Captain, let's make it unforgettable.
Tell me what to do. This is my
Kilo
plane.
Charlie Lima Whiskey Traffic. Max 09 Foxtrot Alpha 7014 is taxiing to runway 16. Kilo Charlie Lima Whiskey.
I've never flown before, so I'm kind of stepping out of my comfort zone here. I'm Jennifer, by the way.
Well, welcome to hell. Oh my goodness. I gotta go all the way there and basically do a U-turn. Well, while we're at it, just this camera so it's a little bit closer. Also slow this down. It looks like it's going a little bit too fast. This is my plane. I need to be more careful. My plane that looks like a hobby project, like it was built in a garage. All right. Don't we have to announce we're going to take off? I just wasn't completely in the area.
Kilo Charlie Lima Whiskey Traffic. Max 09 Foxtrot.
Oh, I should probably wait for the confirmation.
7014. Taking off runway 16. Departure to the east. Kilo Charlie Lima Whiskey.
A bit nervous, but I'll be fine. Can't wait to see the view from
Okay, I guess I'm not getting one. Let's go. Alright, I'm guessing this takeoff should be relatively fast since this plane is basically made out of nothing. Okay. Man, this thing's fighting me to turn. I like how there's resistance in the triggers for this game. Alright, we should be able to fly.
Not sure if I'm actually ready, but no choice now, huh? Hey, can't believe we're flying.
Gently let go of the trigger. Alright, where are we supposed to be going? My van's warped tour plane. Must be a windy day or this plane just can't handle wind.
This is so much more amazing than I expected.
Like how the clouds are actually casting shadow.
Your office view is pretty epic, Captain. I'm out of my comfort zone, but I'm enjoying it too.
Alright, we don't need to go to space. Sorry, I promise I wasn't staring. The camera just pointed it that way.
I like the way you multitask, Captain. Talking on the radio while flying the aircraft. It's impressive. That's Mobley Bayou Wilderness Preserve. Look.
Fascinating. Alright, how fast do I need to go? 88? Alright, you can slow down. There we go.
I didn't imagine such a view. You really got me up close and personal. Check this vista, guys. I'm getting goosebumps.
Not the most interesting place to fly over, but I'm glad she's happy about it.
I can feel every turn and tilt of the aircraft. Being a pilot must be even better because you're in control.
Not the fastest plane in the world, but it gets the job done, I guess.
It just needs a pounding music to feel like we're in an action movie. Hold on, that was a weird jolt.
Jolt. I'm just adjusting the trim. I like how the lighter trees pop. Kind of reminds me of fall a little bit. Even though I don't think Florida gets weather like that. At least the times that I've been.
Kilo Charlie Lima, Whiskey
I was
traffic.
worried the world would be
Max
spinning, but
09
I feel on
Foxtrot,
top of
Foxtrot,
things.
Alpha 7014, 5 miles north, 1300 inbound to land, runway 16, Kilo Charlie Lima Whiskey.
It's like we don't have any sense of scale from up here. I never imagined seeing something like this from the ground.
Kilo Charlie Lima Whiskey traffic. Max 09 Foxtrot, Foxtrot, Alpha 7014 is on final. Runway 16 to land. Kilo Charlie Lima Whiskey.
I think I bit my tongue when we touched down.
Well, good news is we didn't crash and it doesn't look like we damaged anything. So sorry about your tongue.
Kilo Charlie Lima Whiskey traffic. Max 09 Foxtrot, Foxtrot, Alpha 7014 is taxiing to parking. Kilo Charlie Lima Whiskey. Hey guys, welcome home. So Jennifer, ready for another round?
Whenever you're ready, I'm ready.
Hey JB, how was your nap? I can imagine. Yeah, sometimes it's not always a bad thing to go to bed early.
Awesome job. The client seemed to really enjoy the ride and feels much more confident
I
now.
wish I was better about going to bed earlier. Yeah, that's actually really good for waking up too. Better than coffee. Yeah, you make way more money flying your own plane. Man, a pizza? From where though? If it's Pizza Hut, I understand, but I don't know. Pizza's pizza. I could pretend to be somebody spending a little bit for pizza. I haven't had good pizza in ages. I've had takeout pizza, but I feel like it's two different categories. Oh, that place is probably nice then. Plant City. Sure, that place is interesting. Oh, is that one of those things you get a T-shirt for if you eat the whole thing? Man, the slices have went up. Unless that's expensive for even now. Remember there was a place near me, sometimes they'd have like $2 or $3 a slice, but the slices were like 1/3 of one of those giant like paper plate sizes. She might implode if she takes any more. What kind of Dr. Seuss path is this flight trajectory? Whatever. Yeah. So like a black hole will appear, she'll just get sucked into it. It looked like a balloon, like if you hooked like a vacuum cleaner up to it. I think she has multiple things going on. But yeah, hopefully she gets better because she doesn't look healthy. But I don't even know how old those photos are. Who knows with the internet? I just occasionally see them in my feed. Yeah, you'll get frail from that. I think it might be on the super version. 'Cause I don't see like regular people looking like that use it. Like non-celebrity people is what I mean by regular. I gotta wash my plane. But yeah, a lot of times if you lose it too fast, they gotta cut it out surgically. That would suck. Oh, we got plenty of fuel. Alright, let's go on our adventure. It'd be funny if they gave you extra money for cleaning your plane. Like it's more presentable. I was fortunate enough never to have them show up here. That I recall anyway. If they did, they must have not have been very memorable. Only issue I ever had with them personally, because if they gave me too much of a hard time, I probably would have been a bit shittier, but they kept yelling at me for like missing their comments, like I did it on purpose or some shit. It's like once it's fine, but then I saw it happening with others, so I'm like, oh, I could see this being a problem later on. I forget this plane doesn't actually need that many things taken off of it.
Sandy, I'm ready. Okay, on their way.
Yeah. I'm sure it would have started happening again with me if they hung around. What a weirdo, man. Doesn't seem mentally well. So it's probably for the best. I don't know, but it's a thing. Because I know some people that get trolled, they get like mass donations and then they suddenly like refund them. I gotta reference the thing. It's posting chat over what I need to do next. Good old PS5. Let me reference my phone. Okay, just need to start the starting procedure.
Captain,
Yeah.
you ready? Sure
Wait
feels
till they
like
actually
you're
run
ready
into
for
real
tour.
problems in life.
Your
I'm
guest
sure they're gonna handle them super well.
I think it's her birthday gift. What a great idea. If the seatbelts are fastened, you're set. Captain, make this moment
Kilo Alpha Victor Oscar traffic. Max 09 Foxtrot Alpha 7410 is taxiing to runway 10 Kilo Alpha Victor Oscar.
I remember he changed his icon, or they changed their icon.
Thanks for taking me aboard. I'm Emma.
And they had to like try to get everyone's approval for it. Oh, this time. But next time you better watch out. Yeah, I hate that mentality. It's probably best you did away with them. I've been doing this for 16 years for fun. I don't have patience for that shit. Trying to get away from assholes, not be around them. Celebrities don't. Why should you? There's so many celebrities that get in trouble for that stuff. Like if I ever became rich like that, like someone being in charge of that stuff would be the first person I would hire to avoid that. Yeah. Or they forget to pay because of the items that they used instead.
A bit nervous, but I'll be fine. Can't wait to see the
Oh,
people.
you should totally be nervous. My hands are shaky as shit flying my own plane. Priorities. I bet expensive pizza isn't as good as cheap pizza. Every time I have gourmet food, it's disappointing. I went to my uncle's wedding party, and it was super fancy. They had all these sandwiches on triangles. And I swear, they even effed up tuna fish. How do you screw up tuna fish? Beside cucumbers, of course. I was struggling to find a sandwich triangle that I liked. You should share that story if you ever play a Sonic game. Gather around, kids. I want to tell you a story about real hedgehog lore. I never had it with cucumber, just pickle. That does seem like a weird choice because it would give it like a completely different taste unless they're trying to cancel out the saltiness. Well, at least there's enough runway. It's taking like a half an hour to get to the end. I'm sure. But Jimmy John's is kind of expensive if that's what, if where you got it from, if I recall. So I would hope that they would have better ingredients, but it seems fairly comparable, to be honest. Yeah, that's the healthy one to get. That's usually what I get, unless the other one's really cheap. I forgot, this thing's like a shopping cart wheel. You gotta straighten it out. Let me slow this down because it'll go flying. Who designed this plane, man? This wheel. The dolphin says so. I bet dolphin would taste completely different than fish. This is a mammal. You probably know if you got some. Come on, straighten this wheel out, man. There we go. Sorry, lady, for the technical difficulties, but I got the cheapest plane possible. It has like a shopping cart wheel. It wasn't in a straight position.
Only one way to find out. So far, so good.
Okay, where are we going? I can't wait till they give me more states besides Florida. Oh, yeah, I think I heard something about that. I saw a little documentary.
I was worried the world would be spinning, but I feel
And he like disappear or something. And there's rumors like about spottings and stuff. Or sightings. I remember that show, Sightings. Maybe that's where I might have seen it on. Every Friday night. sightings would come on and it would scare me, and I'd watch it anyway. Cover ghosts, aliens, conspiracy theories. It was like unsolved mysteries that they lean more into the paranormal. I like on YouTube they have like a 24-hour like unsolved mysteries channel.
Showing photos to my friends. Everyone's gonna want to book a flight.
Yeah, that would be cool. I need to think of new places to fly. I'm sure that places stay relatively the same. I don't know if they scanned it though. They might just have generic stuff there. I'm sure it's just countryside though. But that's one place that's probably easier to find the coordinates to. This is probably like considered a tourist attraction. Yeah, but it'll be like Nintendo 64 texture. I just wonder how detailed it'll be since it's probably out in the middle of nowhere. Or at least that's how it looked in the movie. I haven't actually looked it up on Google Maps. I need to slow down. And though it's not as pretty, it's easier to control in the cockpit. Yeah, a random pentagram. It was like Frank Oz was the ambassador. You tell it's him because his natural speaking voice still kind of sounds like Fozzie Bear.
I'm obsessed with this place. I'm gonna get a legendary photo album, trust me.
Actually, I would say it sounds more like Bert because he voices Bert too. Also, Miss Piggy, if you can believe it. Man of many talents. Surprised they didn't have an Atari one. It'd be cool like as an adventure game maybe. I don't know how it'd be like any other type of game. Like one of those Telltale games or Dark Picture Anthology. Like I was saying, Tales of the Crypt, that would be a good format, or Creep Show for those types of games. It was a misnomer. There's no trout in this lake. It just smells like trout. That's how it got its name. Can't wait till I have a plant that doesn't look like it's sponsored by Vans. Although back in high school, that was the only type of shoes I would wear. Now I'm a grown up, I switched to Converse.
The view is amazing.
My sister is lucky. She got to go to Vans Warped Tour when they had like a lot of the popular bands still before they got super famous.
You really can see every detail.
I used to like that Vans had like that thick sole with the sneakers. They're made for skateboarding. They're pretty comfortable. But after a while, all those layers would start to unglue.
This is so much more amazing than I expected.
A lot of perfectly round little ponds here. I guess they're man-made.
I feel like an action hero. Okay, slight exaggeration.
You're so witty, Karen. I don't know what her name is. I just defaulted to Karen. Looks like we're experiencing some turbulence. Kind of looks like a younger version of that old lady from Drag Me to Hell.
Finally, the Lake Denton.
Better do this right before she hands me a button. We're slowing down before you start yelling at me about how fast we're going. I mean, that's about it. I'd say 25 is a good speed.
Look, the world's at our feet.
Like how they have all the stickers over there. I would love to see the making of this game. I guess it's not technically a game, but I'm going to call it
You told
once
us
it's
it
on
would
a
be an amazing
console.
experience, and you were right.
Alright, we need to gain some momentum to get back up there a little bit. It's a little too high. I don't want my head in the sunroof. Wonder what the VR mode for this will be like. Wonder if it'll be made more for the PS5 Pro. Because this game doesn't even run at 60, and for a VR not to be vomit inducing, you usually need to have it run at least at 60 frames per second.
Imagine seeing something like this from the ground.
But maybe they have to simplify the graphics or make the area that you fly around smaller. I don't know. Kind of curious. I'm gonna try to navigate this confusing maze of brackets. At least there's a proper airport down there. This plane really has to go upwards to slow down. Cutting the engine off doesn't actually do all that much. Hopefully we'll reduce some speed with this turn.
Eddie, what's that shaking?
Your brains. Alright. I'm guessing I'm supposed to go through this one first. Lady's complaining. It seems so peaceful in here. Alright, please don't complain at me. I'm just turning around. There we go. Don't have a nervous breakdown. I'll be more worried when we're actually about to land. Then you should be afraid. I'll try my best not to, but that doesn't mean much in this world.
7410, 2 miles west, 700, inbound to land, runway 10, Kilo Alpha Victor Oscar. Kilo Alpha Victor Oscar traffic, Max 09 Foxtrot Alpha 7410 is on final, runway 10, to land, Kilo Alpha Victor Oscar.
Perfect landing.
Well, it makes up for all the mistakes. Oh, thank goodness the parking spot isn't that far. That long runway. What a blessing.
Back to the airport, guys. So, Emma, you want to fly again?
What an
Please say
exciting
no.
ride.
Oh shit, she's gonna ask to fly again.
I can see why the client is happy. You offered her a fantastic session. Definitely something to repeat.
No, at least we made it to A ring. Hopefully I'll get a chunk of change though. That'll be nice. Yeah, that's better than those $2,000 trips. Oh shit, my reputation went down a bit. I start paying more attention to the runway. I did accidentally lower the flaps too low, but that was my bad. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, you just never know how people are gonna take stuff, so just kind of trying to nip in the bud. Especially after everything that happened. Can't make it look like playing favorites or anything. But I know you're just trying to joke. But you gotta kind of make it fair for everyone, so I get it. Yeah, I think the last thing was really draining on a lot of people. I'm happy I didn't have the luxury of experiencing it, but it sounds super frustrating. But anyway, I'm going to stop here to take Faye for a walk. I might be on later. Thanks for hanging out. If anyone else is there, thank you so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and hopefully I'll talk to you all in the next one. This has got to at some time beside my floor. Plus, I'll make a sandwich when I get back, so that'll be kind of nice. Anyway, I'll see you later. Thanks for stopping by as always.